here's this is in Brighton. Oh, sorry about that. This is in Brighton, and I think, when I watched it, I was like, if these fuckers, if there was people like this going around taking down the flag. See the way every one of them is masked up. By the way, obviously it's the usual. They march for pride, yet they don't have pride enough to take their masks off and show their faces. You know that way. The cognitive dissonance in these people's heads must be fucking off the charts. It's on steroids. But it made me think, like, I can only imagine if they tried to do that over here. Anywhere over here, they'd be fucking ran out of the place. And they wouldn't be taking any of their ladders or anything with them. They'd be left behind because they'd be running, scared. These are the people who the government like. These are the ones that the government and the NGOs, because let's break it down here. The NGOs being non-government organisations, it's a play on words. They're actually pushing things that will allow the government to bring new bills in. That's the whole point of the NGOs. Why do you think the government were so invested? Why do you think the government are so invested in funding NGOs? Like, the government fund most of them. Do you know? Yeah, I will admit, going back about 7-8 years, I worked in a building that was seen as an NGO type for the area that we're in, right? And because I was good at admin skills and stuff like that, the CEO had me, like, apply for loans to, like JP McManus and all these blah blah, all these type of people. But they still get an annual fee, mostly from Dublin City Council. Dublin City Council have a big say in what funding goes to what NGO. So, once again, it's them layers. They have all these layers that they've piled on and piled on and piled on. So it's hard for people to differentiate between, because they'll just hear non-government organisation and think, oh, that's great. So that means that these are actually an organisation set up to help the community that they're in. No, they're not. They're actually a part of Agenda 21. Come in, get their fingers in everywhere, right? Basically an extension of the government in these areas where they weren't in control of, not in control of, but they weren't able to monetize, they weren't able to keep a close eye on certain communities. So they sent out all the NGOs into the communities, set up base, and then start gathering all the information from that community. That's the whole point of the NGOs. The government can look at the stats then and say, well, this is how far we can push it out here, because we've so many NGOs in this place that have been pushing the agenda that we want to put through, so we can just go ahead and do it now because they've actually brainwashed that many people out there that will go along with it, But back to this one. These people, call it brave, call it stupidity, call it whatever you want. In my eyes, it's absurdity what they're doing. Going around taking down the flags. Do these people know that, they're putting a target over their head when they do shit like this? Like taking down the nation's flag. It wasn't too long ago when talk would go around about certain things you could and could not do with a country's flag. And this is one of them. You don't mess with them. You don't take them down. You don't write on them. All this stuff. But see, the government have flooded these numbskulls' brains with it's a bad symbol because the far right have hijacked it. So have a look at this.
What are you doing? Why'd you pull that flag down?
Don't worry about it.
Why are you putting down the flag to the country? Of our country?
Put them up.
English people put them up.
Why do you think English people put them up?
Because it's England, maybe?
Nah.
Because it's England? This is ridiculous. Look at you all covering your faces in embarrassment. If you don't want to live here, then don't live here. Why are you taking down flags of our own country? It's absolutely crazy. You
Have you not got nothing better to do with your life than stand around filming us? No, because what you are doing is basically treason. You know? And some of us still abide by those things. Some of us still love our countries. Yeah, I know this is England, right? And I don't give a fuck what people say, right? Not yous, because most of yous all know my way of thinking. But I don't care if it's England, Wales, Scotland, or Ireland. It's the point of taking down the nation's flag that you're in. It's treason, you know. But if you've nothing better to do than stand around filming us, why? What's better? What's a better thing to do? Go around taking down the flags of the country that you're in? Huh?
You're all covering your faces because you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. Look at what you're doing. What do you mean, why are you getting mad? You brought a ladder out here to climb up poles, to put them down.
Intimidate others. That's
Intimidate?
Yeah.
Well, if you're feeling intimidated, then just pattern up. What do you mean for other people? It's a flag of the country, it's a flag of the nation. What could it symbolise other than England?
Are you serious?
I'm deadly serious. I am very aware of what's happening.
Then you're just like...
This is wrong. This is wrong. Yeah? You should be... Pardon? Do you want to come and have
So that's it. So once you start making, once you try talk sense to them, fuck off. No, that's all you'll get from them. That's all you'll get from them, because they don't have any dialogue. They're literally just listening to what the government and the media are telling them, and they think that they're on the right side. Like that's enough for them. That's enough of them. You know? But at the same time, remember, because I said the NGO class and the government side of things, these will be out protesting or fake protesting against the government, because they have to put that front on as well, that they're actually against the government. But they're actually doing the government's work for them. Like, how fucking brain dead must you be to not figure that out? Isn't it a wonder?